And following a series of negotiations and with the support of the federal government, Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, his media consultant, Malam Tukur Mamu, were able to secure the release of 11 persons who were abducted alongside others on March 28 when terrorists attacked the train heading to Kaduna. The abductors had earlier threatened to kill the abductees unless the federal government releases their detained comrades. However, sources say that Manu, the lead negotiator, was able to persuade the terrorists to show good faith by first releasing some of the kidnapped victims. Arise Television also learned that the military and the Department of State Security played active role in securing the release of the abductees. And only 24 hours ago, another 11 persons abducted in the Abuja-Kaduna train on March 28, 2022 were released by terrorists. But there are quite a lot of work done behind the scene to achieve this success. We have now joining us from Kaduna, the chief negotiator in the matter, Malam Tukur Mamu, and also joining us virtually is Dennis Amacree, a former deputy director of the Department of State Services. Gentlemen, very warm welcome. Let me begin with the chief negotiator, Tukur Mamu, for such a wonderful job done. Tell us briefly how and what is still left on the negotiating table to get the about 52 others released.
Okay, good day, Nigerians. I think it's really a time for celebration for the whole country. And I think the level of achievement we succeeded in doing yesterday is a collective effort, not only from one person, but including the security agencies and with the support of particularly the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So much has been done behind the scene, and so much has been achieved lately. Even though, as we all know, the abduction, happens almost about 3 months ago. But initially and before our engagement, there was a stalemate during the process. And as we all know, there was even a threat by the abductors to start killing and stop feeding their victims. So it's a very painful process, but it is something that must be done if we are to secure successfully the lives of those innocent victims. And we all know that in the circumstance, it is very important for Nigerians to understand that this is a task that requires a lot of patience. It is a task that requires strategy. It is also something that requires us to do so much behind the scene to ensure the safety of those that are abducted. So I think what we have succeeded in doing yesterday, though the number is very limited, if you take into cognizance those that are still in captivity, but I think it's a major milestone, even if it means we succeeded in securing only one single life. Because the kind of life they are living in that kind of place, I think it's a hell. And we know the mindset of this terrorist group. We know how they can be. We know their ideology. And these are people that believe they are doing the right thing. And these are people that believe even if they die in the process, they are going to paradise, they are martyrs. So I think it is something that needs to be taken with caution. And I think that is why I also insisted in most of the engagements I have. I think it is an emergency. As far as the situation we saw on the ground, it is an emergency, and it requires the federal government to do it as fast as it can to ensure that all that is left behind, are rescued as soon as possible. I have reasons to say what I'm saying because of the situation on the ground, and because of the uncertainty that this thing is capable of creating in the country. But by and large, I think securing 11 victims in the circumstance is a very good beginning. And if we can sustain the same tempo, I can assure you within the 1 or 2 weeks, all the abducted victims will be released, inshallah.
That's fantastic news coming from you, Malam Tukur. But I will still stay with you to ask, I mean, during the course of your interaction with the terrorists, you said, yes, the military, the federal government, security agents were kind of involved and the rest. What kind of ideology did they present to you? Because Nigerians are really confused. I mean, what are they after? Is it just a ransom? Is it just, you know,
Okay,
sheer criminality?
No, what I want to confirm to you is that, you know, the abductors are not bandits. They are Boko Haram affiliated group. I don't know their names, I don't know what they call themselves, but they are Boko Haram affiliated group. But the only difference, according to, you know, what they are saying, is that they don't care about the religion it belongs to, unlike Boko Haram. You know, if you didn't share their religious belief, you know, they take you as kafir, non-believer, and your blood is even justified. So in this case, they said they are peaceful, according to them. They said they are always spreading the message of their religious belief. They said they have been attacked unjustly. You know, they said most of their commanders, you know, have been killed or been arrested. They also complain that they have their children, you know, under the detention of the military. So they said that is what provoked them to attack the train, and insisting that as long as most of these issues are not addressed by the federal government, they said they will not guarantee safety even in the train. And I think that must have been the decision why the federal government decided, you know, to suspend the resumption of train from Abuja to Kaduna and Kaduna to Abuja. So I think it is important to really understand their motives. It is important if there are legitimate grievances, if there are reasons, you know, that resulted to this kind of avoidable crisis. I think it is in the interest of the nation. It is a matter of national security for the government to holistically look at all these angles and then see how to resolve this issue peacefully. Because in a circumstance whereby you are holding somebody hostage, it is no longer a military solution. It is no longer a military action. Military action cannot succeed in securing lives of innocent victims. More so when you are dealing with people, you know, if you see them, at least officials of government are there when we went to the bush. These are people that have explosives in all their bodies. They are ready to detonate the explosive whenever there is an emergency. And who will actually be the victims? Virtually, it will be those in captivity that will be the victims. And I think that is why even the government, you know, are really very careful.
Yeah, very well said, Malam Tukur. Let me turn to our friend Dennis Amacree, the former Deputy Director with the State Security Service. What are your thoughts here that government, with its security machinery, can use in quickly securing the abductees and, you know, getting them to freedom?
Thank you very much for having me. You know, first of all, I want to congratulate Malam Mamu for a job well done, because I know the duty or the job of negotiation is one that requires a lot of patience, and it requires a lot of tact and strategy in dealing with both sides, you know, to come to a common end. So I am very happy that he's been able to achieve some level of it, and they will continue until maybe they get everybody out. But coming back to your own question, you know, I have always insisted that negotiation is good, because, but paying of ransom is what I'm against. You pay them ransom, and then they use the ransom to get more arms, and then they, of course, go ahead and attack people. So negotiation is good, And in this particular case, we have some issues where we can trade with. So I think this is a very good one. I think the government should take advantage of that by making sure that we maximize the opportunity that has been given, especially when it comes to exchange, because when you look at it very well, although they've not been paid, they've looking at the negotiation so far, they've shown good cause that, it is like this, you need trusts, serious trusts on both sides and confidence. So the government has shown to them, I've asked that they show trust, why they should even do this with them. And they've gone ahead to release 11. I think the negotiator knows better. But that is good. That's a very good sign. And I think if we follow that system, we should be able to follow, get the rest out.
Okay, very quickly and lastly from Tukur Mamu. It's not the time to ask if money exchange hands and what have you. But are you confident that, in maximum a fortnight time, the other abductees will be released if government shows, faithfulness in these negotiations?
No, I sincerely hope that the same tempo will be maintained by government. As long as government at the highest level, especially at the highest level of government, demonstrate the kind of seriousness I have seen in the last 10 days, I believe it is just a matter of days we will succeed in getting most of the victims, or if not all the victims, out of captivity. But what I want to add is that, in predicaments like this, government has to take painful decisions, even though, I know it will not be part of the policy of the government. I'm not talking of monetary terms in this side,
okay.
but I think government must be prepared to take very painful decisions if we are to secure the lives of these innocent people that are still in the forest.
You're absolutely.
So as long as the right thing is done, as long as the right thing is done, I can assure you we have succeeded in building confidence. We have succeeded in building little trust, which hitherto, is we
wasn't there
achieve
before. Yeah.
So I think we should not allow this opportunity to go away.
All right. Yeah. All right. Thank you so very much, Malam Tukur Mamu, the chief negotiator, in the release of some of the 11 abductees of the Abuja-Kaduna train kidnap. And kudos to the Nigerian Armed Forces and security agents too in being part of the negotiations. And to you, Dennis Amacree, a former deputy director with the State Security Service. Thanks for joining us on Newsnight.